All luthiers and restoration people have fantasized about recreating an authentic, real finish instead of a new finish and then trying to make it look old. I developed the aging from my years of experience with authentic, real, original vintage instruments, always being intrigued by the finish, what happens to it over time, and wondering if I could also add that as a feature to the historic Les Pauls and all the instruments, really. I want a guitar to look old as soon as I open the case. The wear on the neck, I'm really familiar with where it happens, but this would be a level of a heavily played instrument. And the belt buckle wear, everybody's familiar with that. For years, before good cases, not to mention road cases, a lot of artist guitars were actually broken, but they all get worn around here. And the lacquer on them is so brittle and fragile that it will not tolerate any excessive wear. Fairly recently, I had a result that I was completely amazed by, and a material that I knew I could continually and consistently achieve this effect, and it was a game changer. I said, this is the future of aging a Gibson guitar. By learning about nitrocellulose lacquer, not being a chemist, but knowing there were properties there that had to be there to achieve that look. We're now refining that to an amazing result regarding the authenticity. In that journey through now into the aging of an instrument, you can always do better. So there was always another tool or another technique, because I would always compare my work to original instruments. Now there's a lab with my name on it. That's a big responsibility. We don't want to leave any stone unturned. We have to look at them and see if it's complete. If I do this, I have to show some binding worn through the finish right here. I just know that. Same with the antiquing we have on our binding. If it's worn like this is going to be worn off of the binding. That's how we judge everything, the level of aging and the condition of the guitar. And I always have to use the blue jean analogy, where some people like them soft and broken in, some people like them torn and ripped, and some of them like them really, really damaged. To go along with what appears to be wear on the guitar needs to feel like it's actually been played. Not damaged, just played and broken in. And where that comes from is a soft edge of the binding being rolled, which simulates having been played. If they don't feel old, it doesn't help to make them look old. So part of that, of our aging, creates an old feel too. The guitars sound great, whether they're shiny or whether they're aged. That's great. We got a head start there. But if we can make somebody feel like they're picking up an old guitar, then we've really accomplished something. Not a single guitar comes out of the Murphy Lab that I'm not proud of. That's Murphy Lab.